not going to look like you.
Howdy, my name is Lane Myers, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a book that I really enjoyed called Give and Take by Adam Grant. Now, most people think that in the workplace you have to beat out other people in order to be the most successful. However, in this book, Adam Grant says the opposite. He says that being a giver, giving of yourself to other people and helping them succeed will lead to more long-term success for you in the future. Now, Adam Grant is nobody. He's one of the most outstanding professors within academia. He is one of the top professors at the Wharton School of Business, if y'all know anything about that. That's the best business school in the world, I'd like to think. A lot of people think that. And it's especially one of the best MBA programs in the country. So he's definitely a credible source. And within this book, he talks about some of the research that he did about being a giver in the workplace. Now, I learned a lot from this book and a lot from what Adam Grant had to say. And today I'm going to talk about 3 points that I really took from it that hopefully you can take as well. The first is that giving fits into what is a more collaborative society. Now, used to, I think the workplace was more of an individualistic kind of thing where it was every man for himself, so to speak. And if you wanted to succeed, you had to go and find that success and make it for yourself. And sometimes that meant stepping on other people to get to where you wanted to be. However, with the way that our community, our society is transitioning, we are becoming more collaborative. It's more focused on teams and how we work together. And so being a giver in a team scenario will help to more collectively succeed as a group. The second point that I want to make that I learned from this is to know the difference between being a giver and a matcher. When I first started reading this book, I thought, man, I'm a matcher. I really like to give to other people and help them succeed, but I know where my boundaries are and I know where I have to stop in order to prevent myself from getting stepped on. But in this book, Adam Grant says that being a matcher even isn't what you want. Yes, there's certain times where you need to kind of put your guard up and be aware that you might be taken advantage of. But in order to be a giver, to be a true giver, you can't ever expect something in return. You have to be genuine in your giving in order to really be a successful giver. The last point I want to make is it's something that we talk about a lot in the business school is networking. And when it comes to being a giver, this will benefit your networking tenfold. The fact of being a giver and just being able to genuinely give to other people will automatically build your network, and you'll realize that you won't even really have to try to build that network once you're giving genuinely. Now, like I talked about, there are 3 main points that I learned from this book. One is that giving fits into what is becoming a collaborative society. Also, you need to know the difference between being a giver and a matcher. So always be aware of whether or not you're truly giving genuinely or if you're expecting something in return. And lastly is the networking benefits that giving has. You'd be surprised how much giving will benefit your networking into the future. And as we know, networking is one of the main keys to success. As they say, your network is your net worth. And so always be aware of that and think about how that you can give to your network in order to grow them genuinely. Now, one of the things that I want to close with, I briefly mentioned that there is a difference between being a giver and being a matcher. Now, when people think about giving, and this is something I thought of right when I started reading this book, is, well, if I'm a giver, if I'm always giving of myself, when am I going to have time to actually succeed on my own and to get what I truly want to get? Adam Grant in this book talked about how that the most successful givers know how to be a matcher when they have to be. They become aware of a taker in their presence. And in that situation, they know how to be a matcher so that they kind of, like we talked about, kind of put that boundary up and avoid being stepped on. But in most scenarios, especially in group scenarios, they are genuine givers who give fully of themselves to the rest of their team. And I highly recommend this book. It's really good. Adam Grant has many books out there, but this is one of my favorites. So, thank you.